Why are South Asian children being underdiagnosed when it comes to autism and ADHD? We've been speaking to parents and specialists.
They'd say things like, "You'll grow out of it."
They don't believe in autism.
Girls are diagnosed less and South Asian children are diagnosed less.
To understand the stigma from some members of the community
I think there is a taboo in our community.
and the barriers facing them when they do try and get a diagnosis.
Is there a word for autism in your first language?
No.
1, 2, 3, peekaboo.
Some children are good at hiding their autism symptoms.
Somebody looks at him, he will say he's normal because he have mild autism, so they cannot understand that he have learning disability.
But from the age of 2, Faman's mum was becoming concerned.
I just noticed that Faman is just doing same things, like playing with the same toy. He's not doing eye contact. He didn't understand. Like he couldn't ask me for milk.
He's been waiting for an NHS autism assessment for more than a year. And although getting specialist support at this primary school in Bradford, his mum says some South Asian communities are unaware of the signs.
They don't believe in autism. Yeah, they say like he's not listening. He's just a hyper baby.
And being let down by an NHS system that doesn't always factor in cultural differences.
Is there a word for autism in your first language?
No. You're asking that autism meaning in Urdu? No. I have heard autism here in UK, but there's no meanings and no concept about autism.
Those pressures haven't stopped this mum pushing for her son to get the support he needs. And other parents tell me they've experienced similar stigmas.
They'd say things like, "He'll grow out of it," or "He'll be okay, he's just being naughty, he's misbehaving."
Hina's son Ibad is 10, but the struggles he's faced aren't something he'll grow out of.
Do you think there's a sense of shame?
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a taboo in our community. A lot of people will hold back on getting a diagnosis. I don't know what. It's maybe lack of understanding of special educational needs, fear of the child being misunderstood or judged or labelled. But I think you do have to speak up because your child does need that support put in place for them to feel safe and happy, to thrive. I feel sad for the children that parents don't speak up. It makes me sad that they have to struggle because they don't have a voice behind them.
Research carried out by the University of Leeds and shared exclusively with ITV News shows white British children are diagnosed with autism at more than 3.5 times the rate of South Asian children. They're diagnosed with ADHD at more than 4 times the rate of South Asian children, and the lowest diagnosis rates are among South Asian girls, with white British boys obtaining both autism and ADHD diagnoses at more than 10 times the rate of South Asian girls.
Girls are diagnosed less and South Asian children are diagnosed less, but that's not to say that autism exists less in those groups. It's that because of the barriers that those groups face, they're less likely to receive the diagnosis and more likely to receive it a lot later.
Zara waited 4 years for her autism diagnosis.
What sort of things do you play?
Play with books and colouring.
Her teacher tells me girls often mask their symptoms, which can make autism much harder to spot.
Girls, more so than boys, it's, oh, she's just a bit quiet. If a boy was that quiet, we'd be saying, why is a boy that quiet? One of our little girls is absolutely obsessed with mermaids and unicorns. But because she's a girl and it's seen as a normal interest, that took a while for that to be picked out as, okay, that's her special interest, that's what she really hyper-focuses on.
What extra challenges do the parents of South Asian children face when it comes to trying to get a diagnosis?
The first one is language barriers, being able to communicate their concerns effectively and feel that their voices are being heard is a real thing. And then when your doctor does then refer you through, or school refers you through, you've then got a mountain of paperwork to fill in.
So this is some of the stuff that we might use then as part of an assessment.
Dr. Samara Ali has been conducting autism assessments for 7 years and believes some clinicians aren't asking the right questions. Is the assessment criteria for autism or ADHD skewed towards white children?
No, I don't think that's the case. The diagnostic criteria is the same. That's the same across the board for everybody. But what we're thinking about here is the cultural context that families are bringing, and it's about everybody understanding that cultural context. So, for example, reduced eye contact is seen as can be seen as a sign of respect in some cultures, but actually that's something that we'd be looking at in an autism assessment as a key trait.
The NHS say they're working to bring down waiting times and improve access to care for those in underserved communities. But those changes come too late for Asha.
The hula hooping is good for me to get back into my body and to not be in my head so much.
Exercise helps her cope with ADHD, but she wasn't diagnosed until her 30s.
I think the main thing is I wouldn't have gone through life thinking there was something wrong with me. Like, I've always low-key thought, like, am I an alien or something? Like, why do I just not get the things that other people do? Like, why are things so hard for me?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
It's hoped these children won't face that same struggle, but half of them are still waiting for an assessment. And while Westbourne Primary prides itself on helping pupils regardless of whether they've been diagnosed, South Asian communities say better systems and support are needed to help them navigate their children's needs. Emmy Welch, ITV News, Bradford.